hi Josephine.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Getting there.
Getting there? Mm-hmm. What does getting there mean?
I've had struggles today. I'm a bit tired. Didn't sleep very well last night. But the rest of the week has been good till now.
Well, did something change or cause these struggles?
I've been trying to relax a bit more and keep everything casual, but I think that's just disrupted something.
Okay, how have you been trying to relax?
Taking more time for myself, leaving other things out of my schedule.
Okay, so it sounds like your relaxation techniques that you've been trying to use is just leaving things out and out of your schedule and trying to be more casual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what kind of things are you trying to leave out of your schedule?
Like tidying. I try to spend more time with my friends instead of in my room.
That's a huge step because you said, I remember last week you were saying that you're trying to connect more with your friends and you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to become a little less into cleaning, into sorting things. So it sounds like you've taken that step or you're trying to take that step.
Yes. I think it's caused a lot of more stress. I think I'm like more like jumpy at the moment, which probably anxiety, I guess.
So by refraining from doing your normal rituals and your activity, you feel like it's causing you a lot more anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And that's possibly the reason that you didn't sleep well last night.
Possibly. It could be a reason.
Okay, can you tell me more about you trying to stop doing your rituals or cleaning or being as tidy? Can you tell me more details about that?
Well, normally I leave stuff in certain places. But this time when I've come back from classes, I've just tried to just leave it where it lands. And that doesn't, I don't know, I feel like my brain keeps going over something that I'm not sure how to get over that.
So it sounds like that the step that you've taken is really trying to, when you come back from class, wherever you drop something down, just kind of leaving that there.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, your brain just keeps going over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is your brain kind of telling you when when you leave that item there?
That I should go pick it up, like that's not normal, don't do that kind of thing. But it keeps repeating.
So your brain continually says that's not normal to leave that right there,
Mm-hmm.
that you need to go pick it up. Okay, and then what do you do?
Well, I've been trying not to, but I do go and pick it up, put it back where it belongs. It's kind of hard not to just leave it.
So you feel like it's hard not to leave it, but you try your best to
Mm-hmm.
refrain from moving the item.
Mm-hmm.
But you find it hard not to do it. So then what do you end up doing?
Moving it back. But I think it's caused a lot more stress. Trying, like, not doing it straight away, I think.
So by you kind of preventing yourself from doing it right away and kind of trying to refrain from doing that, you feel like it's causing you some anxiety and some stress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long do you try to refrain?
I don't know. It's not really a fixed thing yet. I think I need some work on it.
And it sounds like you've been trying to do this every day since we met last week, or?
I think I've been thinking about it more since we went over stuff. No, okay. But I've tried maybe once or twice, and then I get really stressed, and I don't want to do it anymore.
So it sounds like you've tried to refrain from moving the item once or twice throughout the week, and then it causes you a lot of stress and anxiety. So after that, you don't try it anymore. Okay. Have you tried any kind of when you do that and you're feeling anxiety? What do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
Do you do any breathing, or are you just the first reaction is when you're starting to feel that anxiety to go move it back?
Move it back straight away.
You move it back straight away just so you can eliminate that so you can eliminate that anxiety. Okay, when you're feeling anxious, is there certain things that your body does, or?
I get really sweaty hands, and that's a problem.
So when you're feeling anxious, you feel like your hands really get sweaty, and for you, that's a major problem. Okay. Can you tell me why that's a problem for you?
Because there's a lot of germs there.
So it's not the sweat, it's the self kind of that bothers you. It's thinking about the germs that are associated with the sweat. Okay. Well, I think today would be a great day for us to try to maybe practice maybe some breathing exercise or some relaxation techniques that can kind of help you with your process of you trying to prevent yourself from moving these items or sorting these things and so much and all the time like you've been doing. Because I know you said that that's kind of what you want to do. You want to reframe so much because it really is bothering you, and you notice it's kind of affecting relationships that you have with your friends. I know we talked about that last week. So the first kind of like exercise that I want us to try, and I'm also going to give you paper, the steps on how to do it at home. So you can kind of do it at home, maybe try to do it once or twice a day to teach your body to relax when you're feeling anxious. So maybe it could help kind of stop those that anxious feeling when it comes. Okay. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to do some progressive muscle relaxation techniques, and so you want to try. It takes about 15 minutes to do this. So when you're doing it at home, you want to try to just kind of block 15 minutes out of your day to kind of work on this. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit and make yourself comfortable, and you're going to find a quiet place. So in your home, you just want to kind of maybe in your room or by your desk or even on your bed, just kind of find a quiet place where you can do this, and you can either sit or you can lie down. Make sure you're just comfortable. If you lie down, you want to stretch out when you're lying down. And you want to, since we're obviously not going to be lying down today because we don't have a bed, you're just going to sit comfortably in your chair. You're going to unfold your arms and just kind of place them on your legs, uncross your legs, for there to be easy circulation in your body, so you'll be able to relax. And then we're going to start with your face, okay? So you begin by kind of first we're going to just take a few deep breaths in and out. In and out. More in and out. Okay. And then we're going to begin by tensing all the muscles in your face and your scalp. So really just kind of tensing them up. Make it tight. Close your eyes tight and just kind of squeeze your face tight and kind of clench your teeth. And, even move up to your ears. And then you want to hold this and count to 8 while you inhale. So hold this tight face and count to 8. And now exhale and relax completely. Let your face completely relax as though you were sleeping. And feel the tension seep from your facial muscles. Enjoy that feeling. and take the time to relax completely. And then we're going to kind of do that step again. So we're going to go ahead and make our face really tight, close our eyes as tight as possible, clench our teeth. You can even move your ears up, and then we're going to hold for 8 and inhale. And now we're going to exhale and relax completely. Next, we're going to completely tense your neck and your shoulders. So you're just going to kind of squeeze your neck and your shoulders and tense that area up. And inhale and counting to 8. And then you're going to exhale and relax. And now we're going to do that again. We're going to completely tense our shoulders and our neck. And inhale, counting to 8. And then we're going to exhale and relax. And now we're going to do our chest and kind of just tense our chest up. Just squeeze it. We're going to inhale for 8. And then we're going to exhale and relax. And then we're going to do that again. Just kind of squeeze in our chest and tighten it up. And then inhale for 8. And then we're going to exhale and relax. Now we're going to do that with our stomach. We're going to kind of tense it up and inhale for 8. And then we're going to let go and relax and exhale. And then we're going to do that again. We're going to just tighten it up and squeeze and then inhale for 8. We're going to exhale and relax. Okay, now we're going to do that to our entire right arm. We're just going to kind of squeeze and tighten it up, clench our fist. And then we're going to inhale for 8. And then we're going to exhale and relax. And then we're going to do that again to our right arm. We're going to inhale and squeeze, tense it up, and then inhale for 8. And then we're going to let it go and relax. And now we're going to do that to our left arm. We're going to tense it up and squeeze, and then inhale for 8. And then we're going to exhale and relax. And then we're going to do that again. We're going to squeeze and tighten up our left arm. Inhale for 8. And then we're going to let it go. Exhale and relax. And then we're going to do that to our buttocks. We're going to squeeze our buttocks together and just kind of tense it up. And inhale for 8. And then we're going to let it go and relax. And then we're gonna tense our buttocks up again and squeeze them together and inhale for 8. And then we're gonna exhale and let them go and relax. And now we're gonna do that to our right leg. We're gonna kind of tense it up and squeeze for 8 while we're inhaling. And then we're gonna let it go and relax. And then we're gonna hold our right leg again and kind of tense it up and hold it and inhale for 8. And then we're gonna let it go and relax and exhale. And then we're gonna do that to our right leg. Our left leg. We're gonna squeeze it, tense it up. Inhale for 8. And then we're gonna exhale and let it go and relax. And then we're gonna do it again for our left leg, kind of tense it up and hold it. Inhale for 8. And then we're gonna let it go and relax. Exhale. And then we're going to do that to our right foot. We're going to kind of tense our foot, squeeze our toes, tense it up. Inhale for 8. And then we're going to exhale and let it go. And then we're going to do that again. We're going to inhale and squeeze our right foot and clench our toes together for 8. And inhale. And then we're going to let it go. Release our foot and exhale. And then we're going to do that to our left foot. We're going to tense it up and squeeze and clench our toes together. And we're going to hold for 8. And then we're going to let it go and relax. And exhale. And then we're going to do that one more time. And then squeeze our feet, our toes together. Tense our foot up. And we're going to inhale for 8. And then we're going to let it go. We're going to relax. Okay. And how did that feel?
Good.
Oh, good.
Yes. I'm not sure what I was meant to be thinking about all this through. So.
It's good to try to just clear your mind and kind of just not think, if that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You could just do that maybe once or twice a day for 15 minutes just to kind of help with anxiety. And it kind of shows you, it helps kind of point out, so you can learn your body kind of signals that it's sending you that it's starting to tense up. And then you can learn to kind of relax your body. And so when you're feeling anxiety, you can do that. So I'm going to give you that at the end of the session. I'm going to give you that so you can practice that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that's a possibility that you could do that?
I'll give it a go.
Okay. So you want to tell me more about you trying to kind of just prevent yourself from partaking in all these thoughts that you have to get it done, that it has to be done, like when you come and you drop your book bag in your room and you're like, oh no, I can't, that has to move. I know you said that you kind of stop yourself from doing that, or you try to. So when you don't do that, it's just kind of, tell me about how it's just like an automatic. Can you take me through that process?
I just feel like it sets everything out a little bit. Uh, like it makes me feel like I haven't done anything right before that, so I don't feel happy with it. But if it's put back where it's meant to be, I feel like it's been a success.
So it sounds like when that one thing is thrown off, like if you throw your backpack in an area where it's not allowed, it kind of throws off your entire day.
Mm-hmm. Because I think I rethink about it all the time, like especially if I just leave it there, which it's very hard for me to just leave it there.
So the reason it throws off your day, it sounds like, is because you just constantly are thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you're constantly thinking about it, what are your thoughts?
What do you mean? What are my thoughts?
Like, what are you thinking?
Like about the book bag? Or?
Yeah. Are you thinking about the book bag and the fact that it's on the floor? Are you thinking about just moving it? Are you thinking about, how it looks there? Like, what are your kind of thoughts that you're thinking about when you're thinking about?
That it's doesn't fit there. It shouldn't go there. I think it makes me like if it's there, I have to make effort to go around it when normally I don't have to. So.
So it sounds like you're more just thinking that's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really thinking I need to move it, but it's more like that shouldn't be in that location.
Mm-hmm. So then.
That must be hard, continually be thinking about things like that, and that's not the right location, that's not where it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
Like I said, like stressed and worried sometimes that I might lose something because it's not put back in the right place.
So it sounds like it's causing you a lot of stress and worry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what kind of worry? Like, what do you mean by worry?
Just worry that it's not going to be there, and if I return and I've left it there, or something might go missing from it, or it just doesn't add up because it's not where it's supposed to be. Because everything has a place.
So it sounds like these thoughts that you're having about when it's out of place, when items out of place, it sounds like these thoughts are kind of telling you to worry, signaling your body to worry because maybe when you return, it's not going to be there, or it's not going to be there, or something's going to be missing from it.
Mm-hmm.
Has that ever happened where you kind of left it there, where it's not supposed to be, and you've returned and something's missing from it?
Several times. Well, maybe that's what I think. But sooner or later it turns up. But for that time being, it's kind of stressful, not knowing where it's been or where it's gone. Kind of hard to keep track of it.
Okay. Can you tell me more about an incident where you've come back, where you've left the book bag, or any item out of sorts or out of place, and you've come back and something's missing from it, or the item's missing?
I think it was like Wednesday. I left my shoes, not with my other shoes, and I panicked a little bit because I found one shoe but not the other, and none of the other shoes matched my outfit. And I think I panicked for quite a while, but it turned up, but not where it's meant to be. And it was like one shoe was in one place inside, and the other shoe was hiding. I found it eventually with some help.
Okay, so it sounds like it's actually a pretty recent event where 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 you've kind of put something in a different location, and you've kind of maybe walked away from it, and you came back and one of the items were missing.
Mm-hmm. Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you found this item with some help?
Mm-hmm. My roommate was only panicking, and she decided to help me.
Okay, and what were your thoughts, or how were you reacting in that situation where when you couldn't find your shoe?
I guess you could call it fish out of water, flailing around. I think I was shouting, "Where's my shoe?" most of the time.
Mm.
It was there in plain sight, I guess you could say. But I think I was panicking so much I didn't see it.
So it sounds like that situation was really upsetting you, and that it was really kind of making you panic a little bit. You sounds like you don't even exactly remember what you were saying or doing in that situation. But it also looks like you're smiling a little bit. Is that?
I think it's quite funny now, looking back at it, but maybe not through the time. But now I'm thinking I shouldn't have panicked so much, but I'm not sure why I did or why. It's all a learning curve, I guess.
So it sounds like looking back at this situation, you're kind of like, oh, that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit of a.
I think I'm learning to find the humorous side of it. Maybe try to find something that's different from, like, always constantly thinking maybe bad about it. It might not be actually a bad thing. Like losing a shoe might not be the end of the world.
So it definitely sounds like you're definitely trying some positive
Mm-hmm.
outlooks on the situation, and you're trying to spin things in a positive way to kind of just move over from the condition, or move on from the what you called the condition last week, to kind of just move on from it, or kind of get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like humor is one of the things that you're trying to incorporate.
Mm-hmm. I guess you have to find something funny about something, maybe to help get over it. But I'm not sure yet. Still a work in progress. But I'm willing to try some things.
Well, that's great that that's a huge step, that you're willing to try some things, to kind of just help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when you look back and you're kind of saying, "Oh man, that was actually really funny situation," how did that make you feel?
Now I guess I don't know. Like in the process, I guess I didn't find it funny. But now if you go back and think about it, it was funny in the terms of like if you're maybe an outside spectator that's thinking this woman's crazy. Like I think that's kind of funny because sometimes I observe people and they do maybe the stuff I do, but I find it funny. But in the moment, it wasn't.
So it sounds like you kind of are looking at it like if you were an outsider looking into your situation, um, and you kind of think that's kind of funny if I was an outsider looking in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment, it definitely
didn't feel funny, for sure.
so in that moment it was
No,
not funny.
it was no. It was definitely not funny for me.
Okay. Do you remember how other people, or your roommate, how she was reacting to your reaction?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think I was panicking so much that I didn't really pay attention to what she was doing. Um, apart from the fact that she needed to find my shoe as quickly as possible.
Okay, so in that situation when you're really panicking, it sounds like that you're saying you're really panicking and searching for your shoe everywhere. Um, did you calm down after you found your shoe, or was it before, or can you kind of take me through that process a little bit more?
Mm, it took a while to get over. I think uh, I kept thinking about maybe losing my shoe, even though I found it. I keep like thought, oh, what about if I didn't find it? Like, what would I have done? Like that kind of stuff. And when I had to go somewhere else and do something else, I don't think my mind was fully on that. It was more on my shoe. Even though I found my shoe, but I feel like I rethink stuff too often.
So it sounds like that even when you found your shoe, you still didn't get that relief.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't get any relief for sure. Maybe there was a little because I found it, but not as much as I needed it, I guess.
So it sounds like you did get maybe kind of a little tiny bit of relief because you actually found what you were looking for, the object you were looking for, which was your shoe. But still, you still constantly kept thinking about maybe losing your shoe again or in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I worry if I lose it again. I'm not sure how I'll deal with the situation. Maybe differently. Um, I haven't really thought about that yet. But I guess maybe the way I did it wasn't the way I should have done it because it is only a shoe, but it's important to me. So
So it sounds like maybe the shoe, maybe the behavior around the shoe and losing the shoe, um, now that you're thinking back, wasn't exactly the right way to behave or to act. But your shoe is something that's important to you.
mm-hmm.
And even thinking about losing the shoe again, um, it's causing you some stress and it's causing recurrent thoughts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you're possibly thinking of ways that you can react differently.
Um, I'm not sure what to think, but I guess there may be other options the way to think, but I'm not sure yet. So
And I know you said this about kind of that's the way you kind of went into a panic when you lost your shoe. And you said you've lost things before when you haven't put them in the right place. How do you behave when you've lost other things?
the same way, I think. I think it's been the same every time I lose something. I think it depends on what like the severity of what I've lost onto how much I panic about it, I guess. But I've never really thought about how I've panicked. I just know I do.
Okay, so you know that you've kind of reacted in the same way when you've lost situation. When you've lost items that you feel are important to you, that you kind of get in a panic and you freak out until you find that item.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you haven't really thought about how you panic.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about how I react to stuff either, or how I should not, or other options to react. I think it's just I don't know how to explain it. Like maybe a built-in response.
Kind of like an automatic
Mm-hmm.
response is kind of how you handle the situation. Okay, now that you kind of have thought about, wow, I can't believe that I kind of freak out or act like that. You said it's kind of funny when if you're outside or looking in at the situation, thinking about it. So now that you've kind of thought about it, do you think you'd do things differently moving forward, or do you think it'd still be the same situation?
I guess I could take more time maybe relax a little bit, and then think about the situation again. But I think I would have to train myself into that instead of maybe not like responding so quickly to, make myself think about the situation, then react to it instead of react and then think after. I'm not sure how to put that.
Okay. So it sounds like now that you're consciously aware of how you react and how you behave in the situations of losing something, that you're willing to kind of just relax and kind of train yourself to behave in a different manner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And moving forward, how do you think that will help you?
Um, I think I'd be less stressed for sure. I won't have to, and I think I can think about other things instead of just one thing that keeps going through. Um, I think that'll give me like, it might not like give me exact time back, but for sure maybe think more about my day than something so small that makes it big.
It sounds like it'd be definitely beneficial to you, that will kind of help you kind of decrease kind of your thoughts that you have about these various items that you feel are important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you keep saying that you're stressed, that it's caused you a lot of stress. That thinking about these items have stressed you. It seems like you keep talking about stress. Can you tell me more about stress to you? What stress is like to you?
Being hectic all the time, like rushing around doing stuff, trying to fit everything in a small period of time. And I feel like I don't have enough time to fit everything in.
So it sounds like stress for you is kind of hectic,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of puts you on a time crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How often do you feel stressed?
Like a week or a day?
In a day, or yeah, in a day.
Most of the day, I would say like 3/4 of the day, maybe.
So it sounds like you're feeling pretty stressed
Mm-hmm.
the majority of your day, if not all day.
Mm-hmm.
That you're feeling stressed, and that you're carrying around this, always feeling like there's not enough time in a day, and that your day's just hectic.
Yeah. I don't feel I have enough time for myself either, let alone other people.
That must be hard.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep relationships like going because I'm thinking about my own stuff, they're thinking about theirs, and then there's this barrier. But I reckon maybe the meditation things that you were talking about, if I maybe try and set that out, maybe that will help a little bit.
That's great. Yeah. And it sounds like building relationships with others, making friends, is definitely something that's really important to you.
Mm-hmm. It's been a hard thing to do, but I think that might help me maybe reduce a little bit of stress if I do get better connections, but you never know. That may be a step forward that we can think about.
It's great that you're saying that if you do kind of make better friends, or make time for your friends that you have, that it could be positive. It could be positive for you in the long haul.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they can help with the situation too. Like, for example, back at the shoe, I know I keep thinking about the shoe, but like maybe my roommate, could like maybe help me say no, don't react that quickly to losing a shoe or something.
So that's great. It sounds like you want to try to find ways that possibly um, your roommate, who's also, I remember you telling me that she's a really good friend, could even possibly help you kind of say, okay, wait, pause, take a beat before you react.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was willing to help you do that, how do you think that would, how do you think you'd benefit from that?
Uh, like I said, I think that would really help me, maybe rethink what I'm doing, because it's not just me noticing that I'm doing something, but somebody else is, and they can like reinforce something with me. Maybe that, like giving me that time as well. If they stop, and then we stop together, and then think. Maybe I'm not sure.
Well, that's great. It definitely sounds like you're willing um, to kind of just have someone else there kind of tell you to hold on, wait a minute, and that you're willing to even pause and think about it before you react.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like you think that could definitely be a positive thing for you.
I think so.
Well, that's great. Um, how often, how's your schedule? I know you said last week that you kind of, do you go to class Monday through Friday? Like, what's your class schedule like?
Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you sounds like you keep pretty busy.
Pretty busy.
And then, do these thoughts kind of affect that? These, these thoughts that you have constantly.
I feel like maybe like I do have a little gap between like classes, but I don't feel like there's a gap because I'm always constantly going.
So you sounds like you feel like you never get a break.
Yes. Even when I like it is relaxed time, I guess. When I go back to my room study, I still don't have a break then. It's just keep going, constantly on full mode.
That sounds like that must be hard to just always kind of be on the go. It sounds like the go, go, go.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that can be hard and kind of tiring.
It can be
So what do you do at the end of the day?
the same routine, like study, clean, tidy. But I've been trying to break that, but it, like I said, I ended up more tired today than I usually am. So,
Okay, so when you tried to break that, what happened?
like leaving something out, and I keep like I'm like, wait, hold up, no, kind of thing. But and then I say no, don't move it, and then I didn't sleep very well because I left it there. I was, like I said before, like worrying about what will happen to it. So
Okay, do you are you conscientious of the time when you're performing these tasks or these items or carrying out this? Like you said that you're more tired today. Is it because you didn't go to bed at the normal time because it took you a lot of time to kind of get things in order?
yeah, well, I got into bed and did my routine before, and I got in like normal time in bed. But then like normally I'd toss and turn for a little while and then fall asleep. But I didn't really fall asleep for that long until I woke up and went like I think my brain was still turning, whereas more than if like other days, because that thing wasn't quite right.
Mm. So it sounds like you actually kind of left the item and actually tried to go to bed. But the reason you didn't sleep is because your mind kept thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened throughout the night?
I didn't sleep really that much. I did end up moving it back.
Mm.
I think that's where I got a little bit of sleep. because I know it was like it's okay now. But other than that, it was like before it was kind of hard just to leave it and not think about it. And then, like I said, I was tossing and turning. But when I did move it back, I kind of was able to relax a little bit and then ended up falling asleep for maybe 2 hours. So.
It sounds like you definitely tried to prevent yourself from moving the item, but you couldn't stop thinking about it, and that caused you not to sleep. Finally, you kind of had to go move the item, and it caused you kind of a sense of relief.
Mm-hmm. I guess if I moved it earlier, I would have slept more, but we won't make progress if we don't try.
That's great. It sounds like you're definitely positive about trying, and
Mm-hmm.
you're taking the right steps to kind of help you with that.
Maybe this technique will help a little bit more too.
Yeah. So then it sounds like you got only about maybe roughly 2 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that much. I didn't really keep track of it, but I know I looked one time and it was like 3, no, and then 4, 5, and I wake up at 7, so I don't remember looking at 6 and 7. So.
And then when you woke up, how was your day when you woke up? How did you feel?
Grouchy, a little grouchy, but yeah, I didn't really want to do anything today, really. Just, I know I have to because I have tests coming.
So it sounds like by the lack of sleep and by your continually thoughts
Mm-hmm.
about moving the items, it kind of made you wake up in kind of not a great mood.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit better now, but early this morning, no, probably not a pleasant person to talk to.
So this morning it sounds like you kind of notice and recognize that you weren't easy to talk to.
Well, I think I only recognize it now we're talking about it because I didn't walk to class with the usual people I do. I think I was just in kind of that mood where nobody, I don't want to speak to anybody. Just think about my own stuff and just get on with my day. But,
And how did that make you feel that you chose kind of not to kind of walk with the normal people you walk with and kind of just steer away from everybody?
I guess it's a little upsetting. I guess that I didn't even try, even though I was in a bad mood. I didn't even try to be like sociable. I think that could be an issue.
So it sounds like by you kind of moving these items, it kind of or not moving these items, it really does affect your entire day.
Mhm.
It could throw off your mood, it sounds like. And it kind of makes you upset too when you're not able to kind of do what you normally do, including being sociable, um, because of those constant thoughts that kind of just messed up your day.
Mhm. Yeah. I think you summed that up. Yeah.
So then tell me about the rest of your day. I guess this morning when you woke up, what else did you do? How else was your day?
The normal routine. Even though I was grumpy, I still did it because otherwise, maybe I'd be in a worse mood now.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't really set anything off being grumpy. But I think that's because I covered everything else. So. But I don't know, I'm in a better mood now than I was this morning. So it'll go back to usual.
So kind of after time has kind of gone by, your mood, it was grouchy, but now it's better. And it's better. It sounds like it's better because you went back to your normal routine. You got back on your schedule.
I think it also, as we're talking about it, I'm thinking about stuff that I did. Maybe I could change. Or things that I did well. Like, I say well, but well, I don't know how to explain. Like, things that I think I did right, and then maybe things I could change. So.
That's great. So you're kind of just thinking about things that you possibly could change and things that you've done right. Well, I know I want to send you home with that relaxation exercise, but I also want you to kind of keep track of your thoughts that you have, the thoughts that you have to move the items, and what you're kind of feeling in that situation, and your stress level when you don't, and your kind of your what do you do, and the time that you spend on doing that. So I have a chart here for you, and you just kind of put your date, the date and time. So like, you come home and you put your backpack down, but then you're like thinking about it, and you have to move it. So kind of just write that, the situation, the thoughts that you're having, or the image, or the impulse, the activity that you're performing, how much time that you're spending on it, and what made you stop doing that activity. Okay?
Can you explain that last part again? Sorry.
What made you stop? Like, I know when you said sometimes you put your backpack down and you try to not think about it, but then you think about it. But kind of what makes you stop thinking about it is going and picking it up and putting it in its right location.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want you to kind of put that down there. And then next week we'll pick up and we'll talk about this spreadsheet, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we'll make your appointment for next week about the same time and day, okay?
Mhm.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.